The following program has been rated S for spoilers, which may or may not be discussed by the hosts of said program. Common sense is suggested. You silly person.
Hello and welcome to Erin and Drew's movie reviews. My name is Drew.
My name is Erin.
And today we're going to talk about bodies.
One specific body.
Or one specific body.
Yeah.
Or we could talk about the song Bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. You know what song I'm talking about?
I prefer the remix when they mix it with popcorn. It's called floor corn.
Floor corn?
Look it up.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I have not heard of this.
Yes.
Okay, I must do that. Okay. But yeah, the body in particular we're talking about is Jennifer's Body, featuring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. Am I saying that correctly? Seyfried?
I don't honestly know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but I don't know. Close enough for the purposes of this review. But horror movie, it's interesting that a lot of people may not know that this movie was written by the same person who wrote a movie called Juno, which I think won an Oscar?
Yes.
Did it win an Oscar?
She won an Oscar for screenplay.
For screenplay, yeah. So
original screenplay.
You don't necessarily equate horror with like Academy Award winning material.
No, they try not to equate horror with Academy
Yeah,
Award.
in fact, it's quite the opposite.
They do it on purpose. Like if a horror movie is in the running to get an Oscar, it will suddenly become a thriller.
Yes, they try to.
Like Silence of the Lambs.
Small tangent, but did you watch the Oscars this year?
I was on Twitter, so kind of. I was notified of the Oscars.
Yeah, apparently not a good year. In fact, a horrible year. In fact, their worst year probably as far as viewership goes.
Well, they didn't announce it. Did you know that the Oscars were going to be on Sunday until that Sunday? Because I didn't.
I think I knew maybe a week before.
Yeah.
Because usually they're in February, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they kind of...
reasons.
Yeah, it's whatever. That's a whole other ball of wax. But yeah, Jennifer's Body, written by Diablo Cody. This was... I had not seen this before.
At all?
No.
So you didn't live through the first iteration of it when it was advertised wrong?
Oh, please tell it. I don't know about this. There was marketing errors?
Yeah.
What was the marketing error?
Because you look at this poster and you say, where do we want to advertise this movie? How about teenage boys? This movie is not for a teenage boy.
It's not pro-teenage boy.
It's not for that demographic. This definitely is sort of, I would classify it more as a feminist movie. It's got some aspects on that. It's about girls and girl relationships.
Girly things, yeah.
And the studio went, nope. Megan Fox is in it. There is one same-sex kissing scene. We're just going to use Megan Fox and that scene and target teenage boys, and it bombed in the box office.
Yeah, and the boys that probably went, oh, what's that about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, studios know everything. They don't make mistakes.
Right.
No. But, well, we could...
It's getting a resurgence, though, because people now understand. So
yeah,
it's like,
and it's, we could probably do like 4 or 5 episodes on like studio marketing errors. There's a reason why George Lucas bought the marketing rights to Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or negotiated it. I should say he didn't buy it because he's like, oh, don't give me more money, just give me the rights to do this. And they said, okay, which would never happen now.
Right.
But anyway, Jennifer's Body. This is supposed to take place in a small town where apparently nothing happens but typical small town high school stuff goes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even shenanigans.
No.
It's very boring.
Yeah, very boring, very white bread, not very diverse. At least I didn't notice a lot of diversity. Well, there was an Asian girl in the class. Is that the one diversity quota that they meant? Or were there more? Were there any black people in the movie?
drinks.
No, because all the band guys were white. All the bar people were, there was an Indian guy in the bar who got killed, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
I think those two might be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So other than, it's pretty representative of middle America, white, small town, pretty much. Yeah. Well, anyway, it starts kind of on, well, I shouldn't say it starts with, I don't want to say what it really starts with because that would kind of ruin the movie, even though we're probably going to ruin it anyway, but we don't want to do it backwards.
Spoilers.
Yeah. But it's basically about the relationship between Jennifer, who you see in the poster here, and the appropriately named Needy.
Needy.
Now, was that her real name or was that just a
Anita.
nickname? Anita. Okay. I wasn't sure if
Needy.
that. Yeah, but that works
Yeah.
because she is kind of needy, sort of.
She's very needy.
Yeah.
It's a very appropriate nickname.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like been known each other since they were like that big,
Yeah.
basically, something like that.
Since forever, as most small towns have your basic friend groups, and they've been friends forever.
Yeah.
Even though
they're kind
is
of like
popular and-
in a weird way polar opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as like personality types go.
Very much so. Very much.
But yeah, and she attracts a lot of attention from the boys, as you had mentioned.
Jennifer does. Yeah.
Jennifer does, whereas Needy doesn't so much, which would explain a lot. Well, I shouldn't say that. She has a boyfriend.
Yep.
Ooh, what's his name? I forget his
Doesn't
name.
matter.
No, I don't remember.
I don't remember his name.
I only watched it once, so it's like I think I saw it enough to get what this is going on here. But
Young Neil? No, that was a different movie. Same guy. The guy played Young Neil in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I did watch that one, didn't I? Yeah.
Different movie.
Yeah, different movie. We didn't even do it for this show. It was a different show.
Different show.
Yeah, but we did see it.
Different universe.
Different universe. Don't get us started on that. And as many young kids want to do, they like to partay or just party. And
party.
somehow she has connections to go watch a band at a local bar.
Yeah. It's a up-and-coming indie rock band, as there are many of.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
Who
That's
happen
why
to
they're
be at this
slumming
bar.
playing small town bars like this one. Which I did not go to bars at that age. We were more acquainted with unused cornfields and gravel pits.
Yeah.
That's where we would do our consumption of certain things.
I didn't even do that.
No?
I was so lame.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was still lame.
Yeah.
I use the word lame. That's how lame I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I feel a Marge Simpson speech coming on? I don't know.
It's the blue hair.
Well, if that's lame, then I guess I'm just a lame. Because Mom admitting that you're lame is really lame. Yeah. So they go to this bar. I should say when they go, what happens in the bar and something that actually happens later in the movie gave me major Carrie vibes. You know what I mean? Because, well, she goes to talk to Ben. She says, "Hi, my name is Jennifer," and all blah, 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 blah. And like, oh, and then they're asking her about her habits, proclivities,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. And like, oh, why? Oh,
Her experience.
her experiences in life, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then they start. She goes to get drinks and, hi, meet my friend, and they don't care about her friend because she's needy.
She's needy. She's unimportant.
Yeah, and she's unimportant. So the band starts playing, and then this is where the Carrie vibes come in. The bar starts on fire. And, oh, everybody, please get out of the bar. It's the most unexciting building burning scene
Ever.
probably.
Yeah.
Because we can't let pretty people burn up in a fire.
Yeah.
or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, and the band's like, hey, why don't you come with us to Jennifer? And Jennifer goes with this band, and her buddy's kind of left out to dry. And that was kind of the end of that. Well, sort of. Well, it's not, but we'll get back to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And then there's this big story. Oh, this band, the bar burned, and everybody in town's talking about it. And they kind of make this band to be like heroes because they helped so many people get out of this bar when they kind of didn't.
Yeah, when they were kind of responsible for it burning in the first place.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
And so Needy goes home, and all of a sudden Jennifer shows up at her house.
Yeah, like a wild animal.
Yeah, but she's like covered in blood.
And dirt and other things.
And she's very hungry and like, well, she turned into a zombie. I was trying to figure out what's going on. What she turned into a zombie or something?
Basically like a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think if she was a real zombie, she would have eaten her.
Right.
Too. And probably wouldn't have wandered all the way back to her house specifically.
Like with whatever happened in the woods, she had this instinct to go to Needy because she always goes to Needy. But once there, she couldn't follow the remainder of her instincts, which were kill and devour her best friend.
Yeah.
So instead, she ate like a pack of raw meat and then ran away.
Off the floor.
Off the floor.
It's like a whole chicken just fell on the floor and she's just ripping it apart and eating it. So, yeah, as certain things
as ghouls do.
Ghouls do. And
just ghoul things.
And then it goes to like next day, and then she's back in school. She's like, "Hi, how you doing?" And it's like it never happened. So it's like, oh.
She still looks a little peaked.
Yeah, forgot to put her makeup on. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
But,
looks tired. It's fine.
I'm tired. I'm okay.
It's fine.
It's no big deal. Yeah. And then, an appearance of J.K. Simmons, which was quite interesting because they gave him an interesting hairpiece. And minus a hand.
Yep.
He had a hook hand. Did they ever explain why he had
Nope.
I wonder if that was his idea.
It might have been.
Yeah.
It really might have been.
Yeah, he's like, here, as you're doing this, students. So then everybody's talking about this fire, like, oh, this band, they're so great because they pulled all these people out of this fire, and like, yeah, whatever. And then the one guy is sad because, I almost forgot, speaking of screen presences, another appearance by future Marvel star Chris Pratt is a bar, but he's white. Like you did. We were talking about people in the bar if they were like.
Yes, he is white.
We had like the Indian person and the Asian person, but then you see Chris Pratt, and he's like what's his character? Star-Lord?
Yeah.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, a pre-Star-Lord Chris Pratt.
Andy.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a long time ago. He played Andy in Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. Yes, that's true.
Pre that.
Yeah, pre that.
Like tiny. He's a tiny Chris Pratt.
So, yeah, and he's one of the people who died, and then was it his buddy later on, after all this happens, that he's like, oh, that's my best friend.
Yep. Lost his best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go cry by myself, alone.
In the woods.
In the football field where Jennifer finds him. It's like,
next to the woods.
Yeah, well, it's next to the
Yeah.
woods, yeah. As many small towns are. Where the football field, and you have like a huge patch of woods.
Like, don't throw the ball too far, you'll get lost.
Yeah, or you'll get eaten by a bear or something. Or something else. Yeah, she's like, oh, well, why don't you come with me? And she drags him into the woods and just...
Eats his face.
Eats his face and his...
And the rest of him.
What would you call that? Disemboweling him evisceration. Yeah, just kind of scoop out the insides like this. Just throw them aside, pick them apart.
Yes.
Yeah. So now he's dead.
Very much so. And
yeah.
she's looking much better.
Yeah, and all these like young men just kind of habit of dying, and they're not of like one particular ilk either.
Yeah. No, she gets around.
Yeah, because there's the jock. She eats the jock. She eats the goth kid.
Oh, poor Kyle.
And then and they're trying to figure out, well, what is going on here. Well, then she kind of comes over to Needy's house and says, hey, I had, this weird thing. You remember when I was hanging out with that band? Well, they're not that, those guys weren't very nice. In fact, they sacrificed me to the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently you find out, like, when she was gone in the bus with the band, they weren't getting... They were not where they wanted to be.
They wanted to take the get-rich-quick aspect and sacrifice a virgin to the Dark Lord Satan.
Yeah, because that's what rock bands do.
Especially indie rock bands.
Yes, which...
Headed by Adam Brody.
Yeah. It's like these guys aren't metal enough to worship Satan.
No,
like,
they're not metal at all.
No, they're not.
No.
In fact, they mentioned Maroon 5 by name.
Yeah.
Do you want to be like the guy from Maroon 5? Maroon 5 is not a satanic rock band.
No.
I thought, like, wow.
They just...
Now, the goth kid, I could understand him wanting to do that.
Yeah, but he didn't.
That made a little more sense, but whatever. So, yeah, because they made a deal with the devil, basically. And then after that, they kind of... And because of this bar fire thing, made them kind of famous as heroes. So now then they got, like, huge.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that happened. And then the sacrifice thing didn't quite work because...
Yeah, because Jennifer's not as pure as they thought she was.
No. Yeah, because she was supposed to be pure for this particular act.
Yeah.
And so it backfired and she became as we find out, a succubus.
Succubus.
Yeah. Do we need to explain what a succubus is?
I don't think so. But maybe.
It's a demon, let's just put it. A demon who basically...
It is a female demon that eats men.
Preys on men. Kind of the opposite of like a... well, never mind. Forget it.
The opposite is an incubus, who is an indie rock band.
Wow.
Haha. It got
this film digs deeper than I thought it did.
Right?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so she kind of confesses, I'm this thing and whatever. And she says, and then all of a sudden she leaves, well, after like a kiss goodbye, sort of, I guess. And then she jumps out the window and like, oh, wait a minute, there's no roof there. And she looks out and is like, ooh, she's gone. So apparently...
She scampered.
Yeah, she scampered away. And then what happens after that? I forget. Is it prom time?
It's becoming prom time. Basically, Jennifer realizes that she kind of just wants Needy. She needs Needy more in her life.
Yeah, she needs Needy.
She needs Needy.
Yeah.
And Needy instead is more focused on her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Jennifer decides to take out that issue.
Yeah.
In the pool.
In more than one way. So they're getting ready. They're getting dolled up to go to the prom. And this is another thing that gave me major Carrie vibes. She shows up which is weird. Apparently, do I remember this correct? That neither Needy nor the boyfriend have a vehicle, and because she goes to the prom by herself. So she was planning on meeting him there.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. Why wouldn't like he go pick her up and go?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it was just small enough town that they could walk to school.
Yeah, I suppose.
Or bike.
Or whatever. And so, but then Jennifer kind of intercepts him on his way, and she's like, "Oh, well, don't you think you can do better than her?" Yeah. Blah blah blah. And then they find, where is it that they go? Is it like an abandoned pool?
Yeah, it's a pool.
It's a pool
It's a pool.
with a bunch of...
Because even though this is a small town, they do have a swim team.
Yeah. Well, some towns do.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't, but then again, I'm not a big fan of swimming.
My school didn't, but the school next door down the road did, so...
How do you feel about that?
Indifferent.
Because you wouldn't have done it anyway.
No.
No.
I like to swim, not in front of people.
Right. And so she's Needy goes to prom, and then the band that burnt the bar down basically is there playing, and she's kind of. But does she have some kind of a telepathic thing going on? Because she's like she almost senses that
I think it's just
he's
more
in
of
danger or she's doing something.
It's more of a you've been close enough friends for a long time. There's kind of a link, between girls, and she just knows. She just knows. Her spider senses are tingling.
Oh,
she runs off.
Your succubus sense.
Succubus sense. Yep. Had she ingested any of her blood? Now I don't remember yet. Spoiler for ending.
Right.
Ending, but at some point in time, she ended up.
I don't think she had by
ingesting
that point though.
Some of her blood.
Yeah.
And got powers from that.
Yeah.
That might explain things though.
Oh, from the kiss, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's how it happened.
Sure.
Sure.
Why not? Because movies.
Because movies.
Yeah.
This, friends, is why you take notes for your review.
And then she finds him at the pool and like, oh, what are you doing? And blah, blah, blah. And then they kind of have...
Don't kill my boyfriend.
Don't kill my boyfriend, please. And then the boyfriend, what does he do? He impales her with like the algae net that you use, although there's more than algae in this pool, through the... You know, like a vampire.
He harpoons her.
Yeah, with a net.
With a net.
Even though she's not technically a vampire.
Right.
So I don't know
it's complicated.
That way of killing applies.
Are we talking D&D rules? Because yes.
With a succubus, you can do that and it will die. Stab it through the heart with metal. Not wood.
Silver is more appropriate.
Okay. Well. I'm less familiar with the lore surrounding succubuses than I am vampires.
Mainly they're fiends, so like no fire, but silvered weapons and magical weapons.
Okay.
If we're going D&D rules.
Okay. Well, why not?
Why not?
We've already opened up the succubus box, so it's. So yeah, and then she doesn't die. She just kind of run off and go home, doesn't she?
Yes.
Or she flies home.
Flies home.
Sort of.
She kills him first.
Yeah.
So sad.
But then Needy goes to her house and kills her.
Yes.
Yes.
With a box cutter.
Yeah. You know what this is?
It's appropriate.
Where do you get all your murder weapons at Home Depot?
Yes. The writing styles of Diablo Cody.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. And so she ends up killing her, and then you find out that she becomes
partial.
Yep. And then she gets sent to like a penitentiary or something.
Yeah. Because she killed someone.
Yeah. And then she escapes, and she gets picked up by Bishop from Aliens. Lance Henriksen, for those of you who don't know. He was on a show on Fox many years ago called Millennium, which I think was a spinoff of The X-Files. Created by the same guy.
That sounds right.
Chris Carter? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Hey, Bishop, do the thing with the knife, man. Okay. Oh,
it's not cool if you only go on two sides.
Well, I'm not any good at it, and I don't want to stab myself.
With a closed pen. Nope, that would be bad.
Oh! Sorry. Maybe we'll talk about that one day. Anyway, it's time to rate this thing. Erin, what grade do you give Jennifer's Body, the film?
don't even go there.
Yeah.
I give this film a B+.
B+? Okay.
I still like it.
Yeah.
I liked it then. I like it now. It's a great movie.
It's okay. I wouldn't say it's outstanding. It's got, but it definitely has its points. It started off kind of weak, but kind of got better towards the end. I'm gonna give it a C+. Yeah, it's not bad for a movie I've never seen before. That's
Passing.
12 years old as of this recording, I think.
Yeah.
2009.
2009.
2009. Okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for Erin and Drew's movie reviews for Jennifer's Body. Until next time, I'm Drew.
I'm Erin.
And watch out for the succubus. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Cable television is the swellest thing they got.